guys, welcome to or welcome back to The Hype. If you don't already know, my name is Laura Isabel and I created this YouTube channel with some of my best friends, and we would love it if you would subscribe down below. So as some of you might already know, this week's theme is college decisions. And if you clicked on this video, you probably already know that I'm going to be attending FIDM, which is the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in California. I'm just going to be giving you guys some quick tips on how to get into FIDM, and why did I say it like that? So I'm just going to be giving you guys some tips that really helped me with my college application process and the interview process of getting into FIDM if you're interested in this school. If not, I hope you still all learned something. Also, to add like a little spice to this video, I'm going to be telling you guys all the signs I got from the universe to apply to the school, how I found out about the school, and just etc., because there's so many things that happened. This part will all make sense towards the end of the video, so if you want to skip ahead to see like all of the signs I got from the universe, that's fine with me. So getting into the video, my first tip is to meet with your FIDM's admissions advisor if you can. My admissions advisor helped me so much. She gave me like essay tips, portfolio like examples, and it just overall helped me prep for my interview a lot. If you aren't able to meet with a FIDM admissions advisor at this time for whatever reason, maybe you live out of state or out of the country, that's okay, I can help you. Just comment if you have any further questions below. Also, if you really want professional advice, I suggest emailing an admissions counselor as well. I want to get started on essay tips. The first question asks you about your goals, hobbies, and interests. Let me expose something real quick. What they're really asking you is, how have your hobbies or interests influenced your love of fashion or graphic design or interior design or whatever major you're applying for. The second question asks you, what are your reasons for choosing FIDM? And what they really want to understand is, why does this school specifically stand out to you more than other schools? So you can talk about like the location. Maybe you want to go to FIDM San Francisco, that's great. Just say it's like maybe you already live there, or for some reason it's affordable for you. I can't even say that with a straight face. The third question asks you what appeals to you about the major that you're considering, and I have a huge tip for this one. So if you go on the FIDM website and you click on your major, and then you click on the facts, and then click on curriculum, it gives you like a list of all the courses that you're going to take for that major. Best thing about this is that it gives you like a detailed description of every single course. You can write about like how excited you are specifically for one or two courses. For example, if you're taking a class that's related to how the music industry impacts fashion, you could put that in your essay. Maybe you really like music and you want to learn more about that. You could be like, I'm excited to learn how like all the trends in the music industry influence fashion today, or like how hip-hop influences fashion. So yeah, make sure you do your research on the FIDM website and use it to your advantage. Okay, so the last question is, what are your goals and aspirations upon graduation at FIDM? And I love this question because you get to write down like what you want your future career or your life to be like in the future. Maybe you want to have your own high fashion clothing company. That would be really cool to put on there. And this part should come very natural to you because you're writing about your dream life and how FIDM can cultivate that for you. So moving on to portfolio tips. I'm going to be talking about my portfolio for my merchandise product development major. So if this doesn't apply to you, you can skip ahead. So I have my project here with me right now. I'm just going to be showing you like a little bit of my project so you can see some examples. So my project was to modify clothing for a clothing brand. I just used some high fashion clothing inspiration. I just like scouted my pictures for this portfolio on my Vogue Runway app, and then I had to modify those outfits into something more wearable for the brand that I'm doing my project for. So I chose to do Windsor as my brand, but you can also make your own brand if you'd like. My target audience would be influencers. Also, before I show you my portfolio, I'm not a perfect artist. I actually, before doing this, I've attempted, but I haven't really done anything like this. I did my best to convey like what I was envisioning in my mind into these drawings, so here we go. So this is the picture that I chose to do my fashion modification on. So this is my modified version of this outfit that could fit like the Windsor store aesthetic. I made like leather shorts and then a blouse with like 3D floral print on it. I just paired it with some red shoes. Also, while creating this, I kind of made it like a theme in my head for this project. So I made my project kind of Coachella themed. So this is my next design. I took inspiration from this photo. I loved it so much. I love animal prints, so I chose that photo. And I just made this as like the modification. This is what it looks like side by side. Basically, I just took the zebra print from this picture and I made that into like a skirt and onto like a matching like white t-shirt layered with like necklaces and some boots. Also, keep in mind that you will be talking about your portfolio in your interview, which I will be getting into in just a second. So moving on to interview tips. Be prepared to talk about your portfolio. I cannot say that word. Be prepared to talk about where your inspiration came from, where you were going with your project, basically like the overall theme you're trying to convey. I feel like having a theme for your project also helps a lot. And they're also going to be talking about your essay. Overall, they just want to see that you are the person you say you are on your essay. So just make sure that everything you say matches up with everything you're trying to convey about yourself in your essay. They're also going to ask questions related to your essay. They asked me about my creative interests and my like hobbies and stuff. Make sure to relate your interests to whatever major you're applying for. They also asked me what I'd like to gain from this experience. You can also talk about like how FIDM can help you achieve your goals and aspirations. Also, how you'd like to feel once you graduate. So like confident or like prepared or just excited and passionate about fashion and life. They're also going to ask, why are you interested in our school? You can talk about the courses, the internships they give. They have so many, and like the location and especially the people. There's a lot of passionate people in FIDM. The most important thing is to stay genuine and just like be honest. That's the best thing you can do. They also asked me about my school grades and my extracurricular activities. So be prepared to talk about your grades and if you felt if they were satisfactory or not. And if not, talk about like what might have hindered you from getting a better grade in class. They also asked my parents questions in this interview. My parents were in the room with me the entire time, and so was my brother. They also asked the parents questions, and I think it's just to see if like the parents are in alignment, if they were supportive. The biggest tip overall to keep in mind is that you have to be your genuine self. So if you love fashion, just show that you're passionate about it in your interview. Hi guys, so this is a change of scenery because I was just tired of sitting down on my chair. So I just want to talk about the signs from the universe that I got to apply to the school. So I first found out about FIDM when I was just on YouTube. I was looking up videos on like fashion design because I had all these like really cool fashion design ideas in my head that I like didn't know how to draw. I was also looking up like how to start a successful business. I was scrolling through the comments of one of the videos and the FIDM YouTube channel actually commented. I clicked on the YouTube channel, so I was like, oh, like what's this? And the first thing that popped up was like a trailer for their 2019 debut fashion show. So I clicked on it and I was like, is that James Charles? And I was like so intrigued. I was like, what is this? So I went to their website. They were selling tickets for like their FIDM debut, which is their fashion show that they have every year for their students. They were all going to be part of this like FIDM fashion show, and I found out that it was in LA. So I was like, oh, like perfect, like I should go. I went like a month later with my friend. The alumni and staff, they were so nice. And I toured the school a little bit and it was gorgeous. So I just remember the entire day I had like butterflies in my stomach, like gut feelings about this school. And I saw a lot of like pros to going to the school. One, it's close to where my family lives. Two, there's lots of opportunities because it's in LA. Okay, so flash forward to the week before my interview. So like the week before my interview, I was like, I should probably start preparing for my interview and stuff. So I wanted to find videos of FIDM interview tips. But I was also really lazy because I just woke up. I just remember asking the universe for like a sign or just like a burst of energy to get me motivated to like start researching things. So I just like went on YouTube. I was just gonna like chill for a bit and then maybe look up some videos. And the first video on my recommended page was a video from Nicolette Gray. It was called The Truth About Me Going to College, or just something about college. And so I clicked on it because I don't know, it was like the first thing and I was like thinking about college in my head. I almost scrolled past it actually, but I'm glad I didn't, because when I clicked on it, I kind of like, I skipped to the middle so it could get like right to the point of the video. And it was when Nicolette and her mom, at one point her mom said the word Finem, and I was just like, what? Like, what is happening? Like, her mom was talking about college interview tips. So I rewinded the video to the beginning, and it turns out Nicolette was applying for Finem as well. I was just so shook because I just asked the universe for like a sign or like a burst of motivation or something. I was honestly expecting me to stop being lazy and just like be productive, but I just like went on YouTube anyway, and like the first thing that I saw was like Finem related, and her mom was giving her Finem interview tips. So that was all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned some tips from this video. If you're applying to FIDM or thinking about applying to FIDM in the future, I definitely recommend this school if you can afford it. It's such a lovely school and community filled with very passionate people. Also, I forgot to mention in this video, but right before my interview, I was just sitting in the lobby, and like this staff member, I think she was a professor or something, was leaving for the day, and she like just stopped on her way to the door and she was like, good luck on your interview. And it was just like the nicest thing. Everyone is just so sweet to you, and I love the environment so much. And make sure to subscribe for new videos every week. Stay ahead of the hype. See you guys in my next video. Bye. That sounded so fake. I recently created this YouTube channel with some of my best friends. That sounded like the purge siren for a second, and I got so scared. Tell me that does not sound horrifying.